Okay, right. Okay. Now all the problems correct. Okay, right. Now we will move on to the today discussion part. So I think a little bit my face is dark and background is white, neither. So don't worry about that. I couldn't correct at the moment. Okay, next class I will try to correct light adjustments, those things. Okay, right. So today a little bit different way. We are going to learn because I will show the questions here. You can see this question in the screen, and we will discuss with the all the images, videos, all the things we can utilize today. Okay, right. Okay, now I will move on to the seventh question. I think we finished first six question at the last discussion. Okay, now we have to discuss seventh question. Neither, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Right. So I will take the question to the another page. Right. All right. So here the question. Okay. Right. I think you all can see the screen. Eh? So from which of the following structure in the ovary of the female reproductive system an ovum is released? Okay. So they're asking about which of the following structure is ovaries. Okay, in the ovaries, they're asking about the ovaries. Okay, right. That female reproductive system, an ovum is released. So, number one, corpus luteum. Number two, corpus albicans. Number three, Graafian follicle. And number four, primary follicle. Okay, so before going to this thing, answer, I will explain what is the structures of the ovary. So we will look of the cross section of the ovary, right? Okay. I will go to the Google and I will show you cross sections of ovary, right? Okay. Now we have a very beautiful image. Let me load the image here. I think my screen is clear, neither. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you all can see here, right? So this is the ovary. So cross section of the ovary. So we will look here. Ovary. Okay, right. So in the ovary, what is here? First, we have to look for what are the structures here. Okay, so there are two regions we are discussing. So usually we are discussing about the medulla region and the cortex region. You all know about that, the medulla and the cortex. Okay, so the cortex area. So I will first focus on here. So it is starting from the here. First, small follicles. Okay, so look at here. There is small follicles. Then it will be called as a primordial follicles. What is that? This one is these small pieces are primordial follicles. Then it will be grow furthermore, and it will be coming as a primary follicles. Okay, so then primary follicles, it will be again divided into secondary follicles. Okay, then it will be coming to the Graafian follicle. Okay, so the Graafian follicle stage, right? I think this image is not very much clear, these things. Okay, I will take another images. Right. Okay, so this image is very clear. Okay, right. So we see about first developing primary follicles here, then it will be secondary ovum. Okay, or secondary follicles, then it will be follicle filled with the fluid and it will be collecting here, and finally we will get the mature, what is that? Graafian follicle. This is a Graafian follicle. So in this Graafian follicle, what will happen? It will be rupture and it will be released the ovum. Okay, you can see here, I think image is clear, neither. Right, you can see here the ovum is released from the ruptured Graafian follicle. So then it will be come to develop then corpus luteum, and finally it will be coming as a corpus albicans. Okay, so this is the ovarian cycle. What is happened? primary follicle, secondary follicles, then it will be mature Graafian follicle, then ovum release, and again come to the corpus luteum, and it will be developed to the corpus albicans. Okay, right, now you got the idea, neither. So now tell me, what is this answer? Okay, so this is the overall process of the ovary. Okay, what is the happen in the ovary? Right, now we will look for the answer. So from which of the following structure in the ovary of the female reproductive system ovum is released? Sorry, what happened here? Okay, okay, sorry, there's a mistake. Right, now you can see here. Okay, right, from which of the following structure is the ovary released from the reproductive system? Tell me the answer. Which follicular level? Corpus luteum වලින්ද, corpus albicans වලින්ද, Graafian follicle වලින්ද, primary follicle වලින්ද? So okay, so if you carefully look this, ovum or develop mature ovum released from the Graafian follicle stage. Okay, so the answer for this question is a Graafian follicle. Yes, correct. So answer Graafian follicle. Right, I think you all got the answer, neither. Right. Okay, now we will move on to the next question. If you have any doubt, you can chat me. I can see your chat now directly. Okay, right, we will move on to the next question. So cutting a yam, okay, with a well sharp knife is easier. Okay, we see these things, sharp knife. Okay, so sharp knife, the cutting process is very easier. So reason for this process, why it is easier? Tell me the answers. I want your answers first, then I will go for the discussion. Okay, what are the answers? Yes. Okay, you all are telling answer 2. Okay, now look at about the answer. Answer 2, why we are taking it as a answer 2. Okay, right. Now I will tell, I need some images. Okay, so now we'll go and see the sharp, very sharp knife. Okay, adidi roopa pennanna පුළුවන් හොගාලා නේද එන ආතල්. Right, okay, right, set nail. Right, okay, we'll go with this image. Okay, right, now see this image. Okay, you can see this is a knife nether. Right, very beautiful knife. Bellona kapanna පුළුවන්. Right, so you will see this area first. What is the area? This is the cutting surface. So cutting surface, look at about this area. What happened here? What happened? Yes, this is very thin area. Hari yani pathally, very thin, ගොඩක් ඝනකම නැහැ නේද? So but very sharp. කැපෙනවා, I think තිබ්බ ගමන් කැපිලා යනවා. Why that? Because we know about the pressure concept. All you know about the pressure concept නේද? So what is the pressure equation? What is the pressure equation? How we discuss about the pressure? මගේ මූණේ රූප යනවා, ගණන් ගන්න එපා. Okay, right. So I will discuss about the pressure. Theory part about the pressure. Okay, now tell me, what is the pressure? Pressure, usually we discuss about pressure is equal to force divided by the area. Am I correct? Pressure is equal to force divided by the area. Okay, right. So now what is happened in the pressure, the force and area, how it is connecting? So when we apply more force, when we increase the more force, so it will be increase the pressure. So simple thing. What is happen? When we increase the force here, it will be increase the pressure. Okay, right. That is connection between pressure and the force. Now we not worry about the force. Why? We will look for the area. Okay, so we will look for area and pressure. Area and pressure. So what will happen when we decrease the area? When we decrease the area, pressure will be go up. Neither. So when we decrease the area, pressure will be go up. So increase, the pressure increasing. So what will happen when we decrease the area, pressure increase. So this concept will be going to apply here. Now you think about the sharp knife. This is a sharp knife. So compared to this other area, okay. So you can see in this image very nicely. Okay. So yes, you can see here very nicely. Okay, right. So this is the very sharp area, but compared to this area, I mean this region, it's very thin. Okay, so the surface area in this region is very low surface area in this margin. So very low surface area mean very high pressure can create through this margins. Okay, so these margins are very sharp, very sharp. And why? They have low surface area, so they can generate, they have ability to create more pressure. Okay, so that is the scenario here we will think about. Okay, right. Now I think you all got the answer for this question, right? So what is the answer? So cutting yam is well sharpened knife is easier. Why? The ability to apply a greater pressure. Ability to apply a greater pressure. There's a very sharp area, very sharp neither. So we have very much ability to give the greater pressure. Okay, so this is the answer. So how many of you got that correct answer? Okay, I can see your answers. All right, very good, very good. Okay, right. Is it boring today? And then this is the first time I am doing this online classes like this way, multimedia setup. I don't know. Tell me your feedbacks. Okay, right. Right. Now we will move to the next question. Question number 9. I have to copy paste the question from here. Where is my God? Okay. Question number 9. What is the question? Okay, the formula compound. Okay, I will copy this question. Okay. Then I will paste here, right? Okay, this is the question. Right. What they are telling, I think my screen is very blurs or something. Not good neither. Can you all see clearly? I mean, all clear. But the thing is, okay. Okay, right. Walter පේන චුට්ටක් මදි වගේ නේද? Right. Okay. I will do something. Okay. Right. Now we'll go for the answer for question number 9. The formula of the compound formed by the element X with the oxygen is XO. All right. What is the X and oxygen plus they create a compound? The formula is XO. Right. This is the compound. Now, while the compound formed by the Y with the sodium. Okay. So Y with the sodium. Sodium plus Y. The formula is sodium Y. Okay, right. So what is the compound formula X and Y? Right. This is the question they're asking from us. Okay, right. So how we can get the answer? How we can get the answer? Okay, so first thing, we should know what are the valencies here. Okay, so x, we should find out the valencies of the x and valencies of the y. Okay, before that I will go for the periodic table. So okay, hydrogen, I'm not going to draw, I will little bit put the elements, little lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. So here helium is there. Right, now sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. Okay, then potassium, calcium. Okay, right. Now look at about this periodic table. So this is the periodic table I got. Okay, this is a structure. Okay, right. Now think about the valencies, how we can put the valencies. Okay, now I told previously, I already told these are the groups. These are the groups. Okay, so these groups we can label 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 3, 2, 1, 0. How's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So that will be give rise the valencies. Okay, okay, now we will label that 1, 2, 3, 4, then 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, now we can identify what is the valencies of the oxygen. Okay, now the valencies of the oxygen we can find out 2. Okay, right, now we will go and apply this valencies to here. Okay, I will take this aside. Now I will look here. Now I will know the valencies of the oxygen is 2. But in this formula, x and y, sorry, x and oxygen 1:1 ratio. So oxygen valence is 2. So definitely x valence is also 2. Okay, it must be 2. Why? So then only it will be coming 1 by 1. So here the formula form, and the x and y, x and o, they create a formula like this XO, right? So we find out the valences of the oxygen, that is 2. So valences of the X, definitely it should be 2. Okay, got it? I think you got the idea, neither? Right. Okay, now this is the valencies. So here X valency, that is important for us. So I will highlight that valencies of the X is 2. Okay, right, I will write down those things. Valencies of X equal to, right. Now we have to find out what is the valencies of the Y. Okay, right. For that I will come for the sodium. Why? The Y is formed combined with the sodium, neither, right? Okay, so look at the sodium. Okay, right, so this sodium, it is the valence is 1. So I will go and apply that valency here. So the sodium valence is 1. Now what should be here? Sodium and Y form the formula NaY. So here sodium and Y 1:1 ratio, 1:1. So definitely Y also should be, Y also should be the valency 1. Why? Then only they will become 1:1 ratio. Okay, right. Now we know the valencies of the X and the valencies of the Y, right? Okay, now I will take that things here. Okay, so valency of Y, it is 1. Okay, now what is the formula formed by this X and Y? Simple, ne? Simple, very simple. So valencies of the X is 2, valencies of the Y is 1. So now we can pair these things. So 2 is going here, 1 is coming here. So it will be formed X1, Y2. So usually we are not putting the 1. So it is XY2. Okay. So I think you have an answer. Neither. Okay, you all got the answer. Right. So how many of you got that answer? So yes, super. Okay. Right. So the answer is this one, the third answer. Okay. Right. Now we will finish the question number uh, 3, question number 9 also. Right. Then we will move on to the question number 10. Okay, please look at the question number 10. What is the question here? Right, that question number 10 is based on the, what is the one? Yes, they are based on the image they are given here. So I will take all together 10 and 11. Okay, right. So I took the 10 and 11 all together, right? Okay, right. Now we will look for what is they are telling here. Okay, right. Which of the following option indicate the path of the food passes through A to G? So where is the A to G? Right. They are telling about this image, neither. So we will look here. What's happening? Something wrong. Uh, Give me 1 second. There's a network issue in my iPad. Second here. Let me share the screen. Give me 1 second. I think problem in my Wi-Fi connection. Okay. One- Okay. All right. Okay. Now connected. Okay. No issue. We will go for the share the screen. Right. Now okay. Okay. No issue. Right. Now connect. Okay. Good. Now we will look for the this image. So this is the image they are given. So they are asking about what is the pathway the food is going through A to G. A to G. Right. So this is the A, this is the G. How this food will be passes through this. How this food will be passes through this A to G. A to G. How's that? Okay. Now first we look at what are these parts. Now tell me what is this A? You all know, neither. What is the A? Put it in the chat box. What is the A? Yes, you all correct. What is that? Stomach. A is stomach. So what is this B? What is the B? Come on, Lamai, come on. Tell me. Okay. If there is any problem, let me No, put it in the chat box. Oh, yes, liver. Very good. B is liver. So what about the C? What's the C? The C is pancreas. This is the one, pancreas. Yes, superb. Then what about this other parts? The E, F, and G. The E is the small intestine. This is the one, the small intestine. Right? So what about this F? F is large intestine. Large intestine. Right? Then what is this G? G is a rectum or anus. Okay, anus is there. So this is rectum. Okay, right. So no point of that. So now we should know how this food will be passes through that. Okay, right. So I will take a real image of the this thing. Okay, right. So today I have access to internet, images, all the things. Okay, right. I will get human digestive system cross section. Okay, I need a cross section. Right. Okay. What is the okay? This one is good, neither. Okay, right. Now we will look at this image. So this is the human digestive system. So this is esophagus. From the esophagus, the food particle will be coming here. So it will be stored in the stomach for a while, for some time 3 to 4 hours or 3 to 5 hours. So the food particles will be there. Then it will be going to the, what is that? Small intestine. So never ever these foods will be going to the liver. Okay, this that is never happen. Why? The liver is the, what is that? That is the organ. It will be, what is produced? It will be produce so much of things, but important in the digestive pathway, it will be produced bile. Okay, so bile, then it will be stored in the bile duct named gallbladder, then it will be coming through the bile duct, and here there is a pancreas. The pancreas, it also produces pancreatic enzymes. So this bile and the pancreatic enzyme will be released into the small intestine. Usually we call that part is duodenum, but never ever foods will be enter into the liver or pancreas. Okay, so then small intestine, it is a very large area. Then finally the here and there go and to the small intestine, then it will become here, it will be entered the large intestine. So that area we call as a cecum. Okay, this is a cecum. So cecum, there is a appendix also located there. So then food particles will be going through the large intestine, then finally it will be come down. So now you got the idea about that. So in our image, I will draw the, here's our image. Okay, right. So how the food will be going through this, I will draw the pathway. So it will be coming into the stomach. Okay, then it will be go through the stomach to the small intestine, the small intestine here and there, it will be go. Okay, then finally it will be coming to the large intestine. So through the large intestine it will be go out. So what is the order? A to C O D. What is this area? It is be coming to A to what part? Never it will be going to the B. Neither. I told never it will be going to the B. So this answer is out. Okay, right. So it will be coming to the area D. I told it is as a duodenum, first part of the intestine, duodenum. Then it will be coming to the rest of the intestine. Then it will be go to the large intestine. Okay, so A to D, D to E, E to F, F to finally G. Okay, so that is the order. So what is the order? A to D, D to E, E to F, finally to the G. Okay, so this is the pathway how the foods will be go. Okay, so they ask the A to G pathway, so we have to identify the rest of the area. So D, E, F, answer 3. Okay, so this is the answer 3. Okay, right. So you all got about that thing, neither. Okay, how many of you got that answer? Okay, super. Right. Okay. මේ session එක යන අතරතුරේ වුණත් you can invite your friends because this is free session නේ. So you can share this link to wherever you want. Then ask your friend to join. නේද? Join and enjoy and learn it. Okay. Okay. I have a very, very special thing. Okay. So let me show these things. First I have to disconnect. Then I have to find out the image. So I will show the main real picture එකක්. My telegrams at Pekiti, and okay, I will show that. I don't know where is that image. All right. Okay. Okay. You can see this image, neither. Okay. Can you see this? Okay. This is one of the surgery we done. Okay. So this is the part of the small intestine. This is the inside of the body. Small intestine. So this is a like a round pipe එකක් නේ. So round lumen එකක්, we cut that and we open inside and we see there is a cancer. This is the area where is the developing the cancer. So this is one of the now popular cancer. Okay, so small intestine, large intestine cancers are now becoming popular. Okay, I don't know that's the reason, something we are eating, bad habits, neither. Most of the things are affecting causes for this condition, but I don't want to talk about that thing. So I want to show this is the inside of the inside. මේක තමයි ඇතුළත. නේද? A small intestine මෙහෙම cut and open that. Okay, so it is like a hole නේ, මෙහෙම එකක් තියෙන්නේ. මෙහෙම එකක් නම් මේක මෙහෙම කපලා තියෙන්නේ, then it's open. Okay, the round is open now, so you can see here නේද? So you can clearly see this is the cancer region of the cancer. Okay, I don't know whether these images are very clear or not. Okay, but if you want, you can see this. Okay, right. Nice, neither. Right. Okay, right. Now we will move on to the next question. Question number 11. So if a little food is taken out from the A and D, okay, there are little foods they are going to take from the A and D, right? Okay, now tell me, A is the stomach, D is the, I told that is the duodenum. Duodenum. Okay, so now we are going to take some food out from this area. Okay, now I will take some food from the stomach. Okay, I will take out, I will cut the intestine and take the out foods. Then I will cut the duodenum and I will take some food out. Okay, now they are asking about, and we pH paper were put into separately them. Okay, now this is the scenario they are telling. We are taking some foods from the stomach foods. Okay, foods from stomach. This is the one sample. Then another sample we are taking from foods from duodenum. Okay, right. Now they are telling they are separately at some pH paper. So this is the pH paper. Okay, so here also we are going to add some pH paper. So this pH paper will indicate the pH of, okay, acidity or the basic nature of this food particle. Okay, right. So what about the stomach contents? Is it acid or base? Tell me. Stomach contents, are they acid or basic? Acid or base? Usually, අපි කියන්නේ stomach එකේ what secretions are there? We have HCl. HCl, yes, very good, Ninduvara. Okay, so that is the content HCl. So these foods are very, very acid. Okay, so very acid. Okay, then what about the duodenum? Duodenum, in the duodenum, what happens? Pancreas going to release their secretion into the duodenum area. Okay, then it will become basic nature. Okay, so neutral state. Most of the time it will become into the neutral state. Okay, now basic or little bit basic, then neutral state. So we can tell that is basic or neutral state. Okay, now what is the acid pH values for that? Okay, first one 3.5. Okay, do you know what are the pH scales we are using here? pH 7. Usually we call that pH 7 is a neutral pH value. Okay, so above that, so up to 14, pH up to 14, we call that as a base. Okay, so up to pH 0, we call it as a acid. Okay, now we should talk about those things. So what are the pH? 7 is neutral, below that acid, above that base. Okay, now look at this thing. Okay, right. So stomach content, what about the stomach contents? They are acid, neither, so definitely below 7. Okay, so first answer wala ek hari 7 3.5 කියන එක okay, second answer එකේ 3.5 කියන එක okay, that is the acid one. But the third answer 3 third decay 7.5, that is not match ne, so it is basic pH. Fourth answer is not match. Okay, now we look about the remaining 1 and 2. So we have to identify the foods of the duodenal. I thought that is neutral or basic, mainly it is basic nature. Okay, so it will be pH more than 7 neither. So according to this chart, what happened? pH 7, pH 7 is neutral one, above that basic, below that acidic. So above 7.5 acceptable, neither above pH value. So very, very correct answer is the answer 1. Okay, right. So how many of you got that answer? Yes, Dinokis, Hala. Okay, good. Most of you got that answer. Okay, right. So superb. Right. Now we finish the question 11 as well. Okay, I have so much things. මගේ ටෙලිග්‍රෑම් එකට ගිහිල්ලා බැලුවොත් එහෙම තියෙන්නේ නිකන් all are like a mascade. All the surgical things are there. Okay, so okay, I will show one by one. නේද? එකපාරම දෙන්නත් උන්ට නෑනේ. බය වෙනවා ළමයි. Right, now we'll move on to the question number 12. Okay, so which of the following is the false statement about the resistance of metallic conductor? Resistant. Okay, metallic conductor, resistant. Okay, so I will get a little bit short note about this. I will search here. Okay, I have to show one image අර ලස්සන image එකක් තිබ්බ ළමයි video එකක් I saw in the social media but that is not here. Okay, however ඒක නෑ. Okay, ඊළඟ පරමට හම්බුනොත් I will save that. Okay, right. Now we will move on to this part. Okay, I will take this image. Okay. Okay, I will copy this and paste here because it will be easy to teach. I don't know what's happening today. All the systems slow. Okay, right. This is the diagram. Don't worry about this. This is a little bit too much for you, but I will tell something regarding this. So this is a conductor, metallic conductor. So I will draw my own image as well. Okay, so this is a conductor. Okay, so we will send some electrons through this conductor. Electrons. Okay, we will give some potential difference කියලා හිතන්නකෝ මේ ampere. We will give some ampere here. Okay, right, current, some current here from it will be transmitted to this end. So the end is from A to B කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. So I will give some current, it will be transmitted to A to B. Okay, so the resistance මේක ඇතුලේ තියෙන resistance. So that resistance it will be depend few factors. Okay, so first one, it will be depend on the length. It will be depend on the length. Okay, so what will happen when the wire is very longest one, the resistance is very high. Okay, that's why they are asking to prepare the phone chargers or the charging cables very short. Why they can't prepare very longest one? They can නේද charge එකක් ගත්තොත් එහෙම this is my charger. So usually they are little bit less than 1 meter. So if it is 2 meter 3 meter it will be beneficious නේද මේ charger එක විදියට ගහලා මේ තියාගෙන phone එක බෙත් ඇඳින්න ඉඳන් ඔබන්න පුළුවන් ඩොඩ් ගාලා නේද but they are manufactured like this. It's look like 1 meter or below 1 meter this cable. Why? Because if we increase the length of this conductor, this is a conductor. Okay, so if we increase the length of this conductor, it will happen a resistance will be go up, increasing resistance. So the resistance is depending on the length. So resistance, what will happen? Resistance directly proportional to the length. Okay, so resistance directly proportional to the length. So then I will look about the other features. What are the other features? We have to look about the surface area, this area. Okay, so I will take two wires. Okay, so this is the first one. So this is the surface area here, 10 meters square කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. Right, then I will take another conductor. Okay, I'll take a copy of this and draw again and again. A very lazy person. Right, now think about this. This is again we introduce some current here. Then this is 2 meters square surface area. This is large surface area. This is small surface area. Which one is the highest resistance? Which one has high resistance? මෙයාගේ there is very large surface area. ඕන කෙනෙකුට ring ගල වුණත් යන්න පුළුවන් මේකේ play. නේද? The large surface area. So less resistance. Here small surface area. ring ගල යන්න බෑ. ඉර වෙනවා නේද? So small surface area, high resistance. So surface area and the resistance are inversely proportional. Okay, right. So second concept, so resistance inversely proportional to the area. Okay, right. Another factor is there. What is the resistivity? So this is depend on the metal. Okay, that's why if you are take the copper wire, it is good conductor. Sometimes if you are take another wire, like if you are take aluminium wire, neither. If you are take a zinc wire, neither. So they are little less conductivity. Okay, so that is depend on the metal. Okay, right. So three factors, but important two: length and the area. Right. Now you know about that. So depending on the temperature, yes, temperature එක බලපානවද නැද්ද? Is it important factor for resistance or not? Okay, I will tell. So make a heat උනොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? Now you are going to heat this conductor. What will happen? It will be go very fast or slow. You have right. You have to find out that. Okay, so when you are heat the conductor, what will happen to the current throughout that? Okay, but it will be affect. I will not tell at the moment. You have to find out that. Okay, then so that is a one depending factor. Then directly proportional to the length. Yes, I told resistance directly proportional to the length. Yes, that's correct. So whenever you are increasing the length, it will be increasing the resistance as well. So inversely proportional to the area of the cross section. That is correct. Neither. So I told two examples. This is large surface area, less resistance. This is small surface area, so high resistance. Neither. Right. Okay. Then yes. Fourth one. It is depending on the potential difference across this. No, it is not depend on the potential difference. Okay, right. So this is the concept you should understand. So first, identify what are the factors affecting for the resistance. Then you have to study how these factors affecting for the resistance. Okay, so those things you should clearly identify and clearly understood. So these are the very important factors in the science. Neither. This is usually you will learn these things in the A level. This is neither. So if you want to become a doctor or engineer or some other science field worker, you should learn physics. So at that moment, you will learn these things again and again. So ඒ වෙනකොට මේ ටික මුගට තේරුම් ගන්න නේද? So you should learn at this level these factors, how this affecting. Okay, right. Now we will move on to the question number 13. Mahansida, are you tired? I don't know. Okay. Okay. So which of the following is the correct way of the position the direct deliver tube to collect two sample of the gases, carbon dioxide and the hydrogen? Okay. Tell me your answers first. Then I will look your knowledge. I'll assess your knowledge and I will teach you. Okay. Let me drink some water. Not tired. Okay. What are the answers? Okay. Put your answers. Oh, yes.
So I sent the answer.
Right. I mean, I'll update it now. So, okay, they are separately me show your chats. Oh my God. Yeah. You people in the answers. Okay, right. Very good. Right. We will go into the discussion. Okay. Now, which of the following is the correct way of position the delivery tube to collect two samples of the gases? Okay. They ask about the two samples of the gases they are going to collect. So one is the carbon dioxide, another one is the hydrogen. Okay. So basically, what is the principle we are using here? Basically, what is the principle we are using here? One is the underwater method, or another one is, what is the another one method? The next method, tell me. Okay, tell me, I will show you something. Right. Okay, so this is the two method. One is the downward delivery. Okay, so we call as a upward displacement of the air. Another one is the downward displacement of the air. Okay, so these are the two images they also using in your exam paper. Okay, right. So this is downward displacement and downward delivery, and this is upward delivery. So what are the gases we are collecting this way? Downward system. Usually oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, those gases are we are using upward. So we will use the underwater collecting method also. Then we will introduce these gases through this what? Through the water. Then it will be bubbling and collection here. Okay. So I am telling this way. Okay, right. So we will introduce the gases through here. It will be coming here, then bubbling, and collection here. Okay, then another one is the we are introducing here. So it will be go and collecting here. Right. Then this one here, it will be directly go down and it will be collecting the down areas. Okay, right. So what are the gases we are using that way? Okay, so in this way, what is we are using? So usually hydrogen. Hydrogen is a very less weight gas එකක් නේ hydrogen, very less weight. Okay, so it is very මොකක්ද අපි කියන්නේ I forgot that word. අපි කියන්නේ අර සැහැල්ලු කියන එක නේද? So that is the hydrogen, nature of the hydrogen. So it will be compared to very less density as well. So if we are introducing like this way, the gas, all the gas will be released fastly. Right? සැහැල්ලුයිනේ. Hydrogen උඩට යන්නනේ බලන්නේ. So it will be leak out. So this method is not suitable for the hydrogen. Okay, right. Carbon dioxide we can collect. Why? Carbon dioxide, it have some amount of the weight, okay, compared to the hydrogen. So carbon dioxide can collect like this. So now this method is not good for hydrogen, right? Hydrogen, this method okay, this method also okay, this two okay about the hydrogen. So carbon dioxide, that is the correct method we can use here, because carbon dioxide, it has a compared to high dense gas, So it can collect like this way. So upward and the downward collection method here. So correct answer we can take fourth answer. I show few of you given fourth answer neither. Right. Okay. Now we discuss up to question 7, the 8, the 9, the
13.
13. මේ අද පටන් ගණන් කීයක් කරාද? 6 or 7?
7, sir. 7 questions.
Okay. Right. Then I will move on to the question number 14 as well. This is about your polymers. They ask about the synthetic linear polymer. Okay. So what are the properties? Not the property. Okay. So polymers, synthetic linear polymer. Okay. Right. So what about the first one? Easily biodegrade. Is that easy? Easily biodegrade? Usually this synthetic things, okay, especially polymers. Polymers has very large number of units collecting together to form the polymer. Okay, so I will show the images of polymer. Okay, so polymers වල ලස්සන image එකක්. Where's that? Okay, right. Okay, I will show this. Okay, right. Now you can understand the concept here. Right. These are the monomers, can single unit. So how this polymerization happening? They single unit, they will collecting together with the bonds. So they are form very large number of the molecules together forming polymers. Okay. So monomers, simple monomers collecting together, then they will collect like this way and they will form the polymers. එතකොට monomers millions ගණන්. So number of millions monomers including in one polymer. Okay, so this monomers converted to the polymers, the process we call as a polymerization. Okay, right. So what happened in this process? Single unit monomers bind together, so they are not easily degradable. So they can't digest easily. ඒකනේ අපි කියන්නේ polythene දාන්න එපා කියලා nature එකට. Why? Polythene, it is difficult to digest. Why? Degraded. Why? It will be it has so much of monomers, so they are bind with so much of bonds, so it is very hard to break the bonds and degrade it. Okay, so that's why we asked to don't put the polythenes into the nature. Okay, so polythene is another one monomer, one polymer. Why? Polyethylene usually we are use the name poly to polyethylene. Okay, so that is poly mean it's a large number, so ethene molecules. Okay, right. So easily biodegradable? No, that's wrong. So combustible? Yes, combustible, it can be burned. Neither. Yeah, why? Then ඔය polythene එහෙම ගිනි ගන්න නැද්ද? Nylon product එහෙම ගිනි ගන්න නැද්ද? Can easily be combustible. Then electric insulators. Yes, most of the electric insulators they are making by these polymers. That's correct. Okay, that is one property. Resistance to acid, that also correct. Some polymers we are using to prepare the some glouses. ඉතින් glouses හදන්න ගන්නවා. එයාලා resistant acid වලටයි acid දැල්ලනකොට ඒක මොකද වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේද? So it is resistant to acid. Okay. Now the answer we got answer 1. It is not easily biodegradable. Okay. Right. Now you know about that also. I will do this detail about these things later. Okay. Now we move on to question number 15. Right. Okay. This block diagram indicate some main stages of the route transmitted electricity from the electric power station. එතන තමයි power station එක තියෙන්නේ කොත්මලේ නේද? කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ වික්ටෝරියා රන්දෙනිගල. These are the power station නේ. Right. නොරොච්චෝලේ. So this is somewhat power station නේද? Right. That power stations they will produce the power, then it will be transmit to our houses or our industries. Okay. Now, what is the option? Give transformers type indicate A, B, and C. What's happened here? 11 kilowatt. 11 kilowatt. It will be input here. Then output, what they are given here? Input 11 kilowatt. Output 220 kilowatt. What's happened here? What's happened? 11 kilowatt. It is increasing. It is increasing to 220 kilowatts. So that is step up or step down. Step up කරලාද down කරලාද? Tell me. Step up or down? ලේසි දෙයක් ඇහුවේ. Up the down the? Yes. Answers. Step up. Yes. Correct. Why? එක step up කරලා නේද? ලේසියෙන් අපි පොඩි amount එකක් දුන්න input කරා step up කරා. Okay. Right. Then again one transformer is there. It is converted the B transformer 220 to 22 kilowatt. 220 to 22. So it is step down. Adu karala. Then finally it is coming to our houses. Before that, kilowatt converted to the watt. Okay. So what happened? 22 kilowatt means 22,000 volt. Okay. It is converted to 220. 220. So 22,000 to 220. Again, it is step down. Okay. So A transformer, definitely A is a step up. Okay. So this is the step up. Then this is step down. Why? That is decrease the voltage. Then here again step down. So this is the process how they transmit the current, electricity from the powerhouse to our houses. Why? They are initially they are increased the step up. Why? Because when we are increasing the voltages, there will be minimum wastage there. You can waste electricity. How? They are producing the heat. So when we increase the high voltages, there are less amount of heat productions. Okay, because ampere is going down there. Okay, right. So answer for this question, answer 1. Okay, I think you got the idea ne. All right. Okay, කතිකරම දැන් වැඩ කරානේ. පොඩ මහන්සි නේද? Are you tired? So this is the chatting time. You can ask anything. So any questions if you want to ask, you can ask now. So this free chat time. Ambalan anything. or related to your exams or related to your academic or non-academic or personal or anything. Okay. නැද්ද ප්‍රශ්න? boring නේද? මොකුත් නැද්ද අහන්න? If you have anything you can ask here. Okay. මතක් වෙන්නේ නැල්ලු. Okay. Right. So I have something to show you. බලමු මොනවද තියෙනවද කියලා ස්පෙෂල් දේවල් වලට පෙන්නන්න. Special surgeries or something. Okay. So okay, you don't have anything neither. අහන්න මොකුත් නැහැ. Right. I will show the appendix. Appendix දැකලා තියෙනවද ඔයාලා? So this is the appendix. So appendix, usually when we had appendicitis, we will dissect and cut these things. So this is the appendix. Usually I just telling the size. බලන්නකො මේ this is the syringe. So compared to the syringe, how much size is? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මෙච්චරක් විතර වෙනවා නේද මේ? අපේ ඇඟිල්ලක් කරන්නේ සාමාන්‍ය මේ syringe එකක් වුණත් ගත්තම තේරෙනවනේ 10 cc 10 milliliter syringe එකක් නේ from here to here. This is not a normal one because normal appendix එකක් පොඩි, but it is very inflammatory features are there. So there's an inflammation here. The inflammation happen. So that is we call as appendicitis. That's why we cut down and we take it out this appendix. Okay. So this is for your general knowledge and for your interesting purpose I'm showing. So I will end up today's session because I have another 5 MCQs. I will discuss those things in a late class. Today we will have to discuss we have to discuss the essay part as well, but I will not going to discuss that